Welcome to the very first episode of Stepping into Your Power with Sandra Ward. Today, I get to flip the script and interview my dearest friend, Sandra Ward.
Fashion is something that have empowered me through all my life.
Sandra Ward is a trailblazer, a runway coach, and the founder of CatWalk Pros.
And I use the catwalk to inspire others.
Sandra isn't just changing fashion. She's teaching people everywhere how to walk in their power.
If one door closes, you open your own door.
Correct. Join Sandra Ward as she inspires confidence, style, and strength from the runway to real life.
Marie, thank you so much for taking this ride with me. I am so excited about the possibilities.
I am so excited to be part of this journey with you, Sandra, because you inspire and empower so many young women, and I think this is a journey that will take you beyond. So for those that don't know who you are, who is Sandra Ward?
I'll say I'm a woman that walks in faith, not only in fashion. I love fashion. Fashion is something that have empowered me through all my life. But I love to empower others, and I use fashion for that. I'm the founder and CEO of CatWalk Pros Fashion Show Production, CatWalk Pros Model Management, and CatWalk Pros Academy. And I use the catwalk to inspire others.
Wow, that is awesome. You talk about fashion and you talk about inspiring others, and I see you wearing some butterfly earrings because they are absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Can you give me a little insight on those butterfly earrings, please?
Well, my mom was very influential in my growing up. She always, and my dad, I should say, always made me feel beautiful. And she loved butterflies. My mom passed away about 3 years ago, and anything that I see butterfly, I will always purchase. And this is one of my purchases, and I wear it often, right? And to me, this represents what I do, because I believe my students are all in a cocoon, and I help them open up their beautiful wings, because a lot of times they don't feel seen, and butterflies are beautiful. So it's this metaphors, the word?
Yeah, metaphors, yeah. Metaphor, yeah. Metaphor.
So butterflies are very significant to me. And when I see a butterfly around me, it makes me think that my mom is visiting. So it's special.
That's so beautiful. Sandra, you spoke about your upbringing. You just took me to Panama.
I did.
Which was amazing. I love Panama. I think that's going to be my new go-to spot, like every few weeks, right? Every
few weeks.
every 4 to 6 weeks, But in regards to your upbringing, can you give us a little insight on, what started your career, how it started from Panama to where you are today?
Well, I'm the youngest of 5. I have 4 older brothers. My mom and my dad always made me feel special, even though I was different. Different because I was tall, long arms, long legs. At 15 years old, and my height was 6 feet tall. It was not easy. I went to the prom with my brother. That's how bad it was. But they always made me feel special. My mom made sure I took dance lessons, and I was a part of a dance group, but they kicked me out of the dance group because I was too tall. And then I was in sports. I played basketball, track and field. I took sewing lessons because my mom was a seamstress. So fashion has always been part of my life since I could remember. My mom made these beautiful dresses for me, and she would dress me up like a doll, really. And being the only girl, right?
Yes.
And I was a tomboy until I was 16 or 17. And when I was in high school, my friends were boys because my only way to associate with them was playing sports with them, because they didn't like me. I was too tall and too skinny. So, but I believe that my foundation came from that, because my parents always made me feel special, even though I felt different. And when I moved to the U.S., it was also a transition, a very hard transition for me, because coming from a country like Panama, I learned English growing up, right? Because my grandparents my story is a little long.
That's all right. Go with it. Let's go with it.
My grandparents on my father's side were from Trinidad, where you're from.
Yes, I'm from
and
Trinidad.
from my mother's side were from Martinique and St. Lucia. So we
Wow.
spoke English at home, but it was kind of a broken English.
Yeah, so you have a beautiful mixture.
Yes.
Yes.
And Spanish is my native language because I
Correct.
was born and raised in Panama. So when I moved to the U.S., my first city was Miami. I didn't know how to fit in because for the black people, I look like them, but I did not sound like them.
Yeah.
And then the Latinos, I sounded like them, but I didn't look like them. So it was a struggle. I remember my first casting for an agency. I walked in, I thought I looked fabulous, and I showed my book. They looked through 2 pictures and they said, "Thank you, next." And I was broken heart. My heart was broken because I was like, I think I'm fabulous. And you just look through my book and 2 pictures and you send me away. And it's funny because I learned how to assimilate, and I try to teach this to my students is that never take no for an answer, because if one door closes, you open your own door.
Correct.
Right? So a year later, I went back to that same agency, and they look at my book and at me, and they're like, "Oh my God, where have you been? We've been looking for someone."
No way. Oh my
And
God.
that's how I started my career. It took me a year
Wow.
to kind of learn
To navigate.
the way of the land, and here I am. Yes, so
That's, imagine, look how long it took you to actually fit into South Florida,
Yes.
Miami, and you speak Spanish.
yes, and and it was different times too, right?
Yeah.
But that's the same story about the butterfly. I came in here. I came here in a cocoon, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to fly.
Yeah.
But I learned by watching people, watching movies.
Yeah.
Doing my research, looking through magazines. Okay, what do models look like in the U.S. so I can look like them? Or,
Yeah.
what are agencies are looking for? And now with social media and all the things that are out there with AI,
Yeah.
it's so much easier to navigate.
Oh God, yeah. Totally.
Navigate the system.
Yeah.
And to know what you should do and what you should not do. But my culture, I got up with music. There was music playing always in the house. I love to dance. Colors, and when I shop, I'm always
Oh
looking
yeah.
for color.
I know.
And we love the salsa, the merengue, and the yoga, bachata. I mean, all type of music was played in my house. And my mom was the one who used to buy records in those days, right? So I had a very multicultural upbringing around 4 older brothers,
Yeah.
trying to fit in with them because I was a tomboy.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I was born then. I'm happy that I'm from Panama. I'm happy that I was raised in that environment, and
Yeah.
I always knew that I was special,
Yeah.
and that and I learned that fashion gave me that platform to show people that even though I was different, I was special.
Yeah. Sandra, you took me to your home, just before we were flying back to the States. And it was exhilarating to experience your culture, your history of who you are and where you came from. And tell me a little about your home, because your home says Villa Sandra. Tell me about Villa Sandra. What does that mean?
Well, I'm assuming, right? My mom didn't love me more than my brothers, but being the only girl, the youngest,
The baby.
she called her house Villa Sandra. Was my villa. My brothers, they had each other, right? And and that's why I'm so close to my girlfriends. Like I'm close to you because they're the sisters. You are the sisters that I never had.
Yeah.
And that's the story behind Villa Sandra. My mom wanted to name the house because I was the only girl, and there was a lot of testosterone. And it's funny because when we visited the villa, the A is no longer there. And that made me really sad, because it's like, okay, part of my villa is missing.
Yeah.
But the story is there. Is part of my roots, my growing up, and the space is special,
memories.
the memory, but it's also sad because all the elders are gone.
Life happens, and that's part of life's journey. But what is the age gap between you and your oldest sibling?
My older brother is about 19 years older than me.
Ah, that's why you became your mother's favorite.
Yes,
and your father's.
And he used to babysit a lot.
So you.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And they will lock me up, and I'm gonna say, probably think it's child abuse. But anyway, moving on.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. You know, what is it that took you from Panama to being a runway coach?
Well, when I first joined the agency, and I perfected my walk. I found my signature walk, they called it. They used to call me Swandra.
Swandra.
Swandra
Okay.
was my name because I glide on the runway.
Yeah.
And most of my agent would ask me to teach the younger models or the new models that came into the agency how to walk.
Yeah.
So I realized that I had a gift of teaching, and I always wanted to teach. It's funny because for summer breaks in Panama, I had a little school going on in my mom's little patio.
Oh, okay.
I had a blackboard and chalk.
Wow.
And my neighbors would come over, and I would be the teacher.
So that's how she started teaching everyone. She was a teacher.
So I think it's something that I always like to do. I've always liked to teach.
Yeah.
I never knew that I would be using fashion to communicate that way, but teaching was always part of it. And I always knew that I was going to be on stage.
Yeah.
Because I was part of a dance group in Panama.
Oh.
And
So you danced?
We danced at the
Okay.
National
Wow.
Theater, Teatro Nacional in Panama, at the National Theater in Panama. And that was an amazing play that I was part of.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I danced because I was too tall for the boys that was dancing with me.
Oh.
But it was a great experience. And dancing helped me, pose in front of the camera, how to move and how to feel comfortable, in my own skin.
And I've heard someone say that to me before. If you are training models, they said that the best thing to do is to go into dance school, especially ballet, because ballet helps you with your posing. It helps you your posture, correct? So that is, as I would say, fabulous. Oh my gosh! But I'm gonna ask you this though. In regards to your career, what took you from Panama to the United States with your career? What was that journey like?
So because my mom, influence of my mom in fashion and all that, I knew that I wanted to be on stage.
Wait, so your mom was in fashion?
She was a seamstress.
Oh, wow.
So she made all my clothes. My mom made all the curtains. My mom was an interior designer. My mom, everything that had to do with fashion, she was part of it.
That is amazing.
Yes, so I grew up around that environment, right? So when I moved to the U.S., I'm being so tall, people always tell you should be a model. Or do you play basketball? Do you ever eat? Those were the questions I would ask. Do you ever eat? Do you play basketball? Or are you a model? Right? Because I was like a size 0, a size 2.
Yeah.
So when I moved to the U.S., I wanted to pursue I wanted to pursue a modeling career.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough that within a year, my career took off.
Don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize for that. But, I'm just stepping back to one thing you said. And they speak about, especially in this industry, in fashion, they talk about young women, they're not eating, they're training their bodies to not have food and so forth. So for you, was that something that you ever did, or was it just natural that you were tall and very thin?
I was lucky. I was natural and thin, and I remember those days were different than now because now all size are there's no
all
size
matter,
requirements
correct.
anymore.
Yeah.
So, but in my days, yes, there was a size requirement. They wanted models to be size 0, size 2, and there were a lot of models that will
And
not eat or
not eat.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Usually designers design for a sample size, and usually sample size or small size. I don't think that will ever change.
Okay.
And even though the environment is different, that they're designing for full-size models now, they will make those pieces for those models. But the average models, if you see all the fashion shows that you see, the top designers, most pieces are for small models. Right?
Understood, yeah.
And that's for runway. Fashion is just such a large industry that runway is just a piece of it.
Yeah.
I like walking the catwalk because I felt like a rock star. I wasn't an actress. I couldn't dance because I was too tall. So the next thing was to walk the runway. And, it happens then, it's live. You feel it. The audience like it,
Yeah.
and you feel like you it's a performance. You're a rock star. So that's one of the things that I love about the runway.
Actually, Sandra, what was the pivotal moment that led you to become the runway coach and to establish CatWalk Pros?
I decided to stop modeling, or I decided to hang my pumps in 2008. My mom's health was not, my mom wasn't doing well health-wise. I was living in Los Angeles because that was my base. I traveled all over the world, and I walk for all the top designers. In 2008, my mom's health was not that great, and I wanted to be closer to Panama. So I decided to move to Miami. And I started CatWalk Pros in Los Angeles around 2008 with a friend of mine. My first students were all celebrity kids.
Oh, wow.
Right. And that was a great experience because a lot of times celebrity kids are not seen because, the shadow of their parents.
Correct.
I had the opportunity to be part of their journey. And to see them now all blossoming into their own is really an amazing feeling.
Wow. I never saw it that way, as celebrity kids never being seen. And you are so correct now that you actually said it, because it's always about their parents, and then all of a sudden you may see snippets of video or pictures of the children, and the media makes these children look so not like their parents. They try to defame them, So I like that you were dealing with celebrity children.
Right. And moved to Miami in 2010. I worked for the federal government for 13 years. 6 months and 13 days.
Oh, she has it all the way down, the way.
And I'm thankful for that because, when you work for yourself as a model, you're self-employed pretty much, even though you have an agency. And I was always blessed to have representation. I never had to wait tables. I never had to get an extra job. I never had to, work at a store. Nothing wrong with any of those things.
Yeah.
I was just lucky enough that in those days, my agency was my middleman, and they negotiated for me, make sure that wherever I was going for work was a safe space.
Yeah.
That the clients would pay.
Correct.
So I moved to Miami because of my mom's health. I got a regular job, which brought some stability, financial stability, health insurance and all that. And a year and a half ago, I decided to, and I was doing CatWalk Pros at the same time. I've been mentoring and inspiring young people for a long time, since 2008. So that's a long time. I don't even want to count. It's a lot of years, but I do it because it's my purpose. It's something that I have to do because I get asked that questions a lot. Why do I do this? I have to do it.
You're stepping into your power.
I'm stepping into my power. It's my purpose. It's something that I get up in the morning and I think about, and I have to do it. So that's why I do it.
I love that. I love that you are stepping into your power. So now that you've started this podcast, what can listeners anticipate in regards to stepping into your power with Sandra Ward?
Everything that I do is a platform for others. I've never done anything that was for me to be showcased or to be the face of or the name of. So this is very new for me, but I want this to be a platform to showcase others, right?
Correct.
To show that people can be empowered.
Yes.
That where you are, it doesn't mean that's where you need to end up. That every day is an opportunity for change,
Correct.
for better. I was able to change and be better. I want to keep telling my story because this is just a short piece of my story. I've been through a lot of things. I've lived many lives.
Correct.
And I'm here to tell the story, right? I want this to be a safe place for anyone that wants to come and tell their story. And it doesn't even have to be about fashion, because even though I use fashion to inspire others, to transform and to elevate, I want people to come here and let us know what in their life they did to make that change, right? How they came from a cocoon and turned into a butterfly.
I love that. From a cocoon into a butterfly. That's very good. From a cocoon into a butterfly. And lastly, any words of wisdom or advice to your listeners?
A lot of times we are afraid to dream big. And I say dream big. The sky is the limit.
Yes.
And a lot of times we feel like we're not ready. But you're never going to be ready. You know, you just got to take that leap of faith like I did when I left a job that was sustainable, that gave me stability. I wanted to fly. I wanted to be me. I wanted to help others. I wanted to get up in the morning and feel good about what I was doing and go to sleep at night knowing that I made a difference. So whatever it is, whatever plans you might have, and you said, oh, I'm not going to do this because I still need this, or I need to do my logo, or I didn't get this right, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
There you go.
You know, and once you take that first step, everything will fall into place. And you'll be amazed how doors just start opening up if you just have faith and believe in yourself, right? And if you fall, you could always get up. Like I say, you brush it off.
Of course.
And try again.
There you go.
You know, I live by that, you know, because there are days that I get up and say, what am I doing? And why am I doing it? And I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's exhausting, you know, but I'm doing it because it's my purpose. And a lot of times people don't know what their purpose is. And I believe that once you know what that is an amazing feeling. So I am here to say, take that leap of faith. And I'm not telling you to quit your job, but do what you love, because when you work doing what you love, it feels like you're not working at all.
Based on what Sandra said, it's your purpose, and we all have to step into our purpose. It's not where we start, it's how we end. You know, so as Sandra said, step into your purpose and dream big.
Yes.
That's something I believe in as well. Dream big. Sandra, I would like to say thank you so much for starting this show, you know, stepping into your power with Sandra Ward. I think it's something that is needed, especially for young women and men, you know, but I think a lot of young women really need to hear how to step into their power and that they can step into their power.
Definitely.
That is so important, especially in this generation. And to our listeners, stay tuned for more to come on Stepping Into Your Power with Sandra Ward. So Sandra, now that we are coming to a close of the show, can you tell me what next you have coming up?
We have so much coming up. So first, let's start. I'm doing my own show, Being Sandra Ward, which is gonna be telling you all about what it takes to do what I do. Plan my workshops. We have 3 workshops a year: spring, summer, and fall. Oh, Panama.
Yeah, Panama. You have
4th edition.
April next year, 2026.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The 4th edition of Tierra, Viento, Fuego, Agua, our sustainable fashion event, is going to happen in Panama on April 11th, 2026. And I'm so excited. I'm taking it home. So it's going to be a good one.
And I am certainly going to go to Panama with you. You know I'm on the plane with you on that one. So that's great. I am so excited. I am super excited to be part of this journey with you, Sandra, because again, I'll say you're an amazing, amazing woman. And this is your time. I've always told you, this is your time.
Thank you. Thank you.